Microsoft has taken some heat from people for buying Rare. I think a lot of people look at how much was spent on Rare and then look at the rewards that you guys have reaped from that partnership. What's your take on it?
Rare has been a huge addition to Microsoft. And some people from the outside will try to quantify that with how many units have the individual games sold. If we were all about building profitable games, we'd follow other genres that people are in and say, okay, how can we go better in the World War II shooter space or something like that. It's about changing the perception of the platform, bringing in new audiences. And for me, it's not even a game. I think about the avatars, right? Avatars were part of the new Xbox experience last fall. That was created at Rare. Now, is that a game? No. Does it change the fundamental perception of 360 for millions and millions of people? Yes. The creative capacity of our organization is greater because Rare's there.
Paid exclusives has sort of tapered off in the last year or so. Why do you think that is cooled from your perspective?
Well, I thought the third-party exclusive lineup that we had on the briefing was really strong. I mean, Splinter Cell has been a pillar for us from the beginning of the Xbox. I thought the new game it was incredible. And then as our third-party team has gone out and really looked at exclusives that have previously existed on other platforms and brought them into the 360 portfolio, you look at things like Devil May Cry, like Resident Evil, like Final Fantasy, and we announced Metal Gear Solid. Our third-party team is actively at work out there. Now, the economics of the industry state that when the install bases get large enough and the budgets for the games are where they're at today, it's difficult for a third party to justify a game on a single platform. And that's why first party is so important.
360 is maturing at this point, or maybe you could say it is mature. How do you maintain the momentum through the next several years? And when do you anticipate you guys will start working with games on the next hardware?
Right, it is a console that year 3, year 4, depending on when you kind of came in, or maybe year 1, depending on when you bought your console. But the game lineup and us continuing to push ourselves with innovation has been the thing that will keep us fresh. Live is a place we can really bring in content that doesn't have to ship with the hardware. We can add technology. We rewrote the operating system for the 360 and launched that last fall. Hey, who does that? That's kind of crazy, right? You end up with a brand new operating system, almost a brand new console, simply by the connection, through the connection that we have with our live customers, bringing on things like Netflix, 1080p HD downloads. We're a software company at heart, and we'll continue to innovate the software on the platform. And I think that will keep 360 relevant for many years.
Still a lot of people out there yet to jump to the next generation. We can see that by the PS2 sales every month, which just blows my mind. What are you going to do to get those people to buy a 360?
Forza 3. No, seriously, I mean, you look at those fans and you think about, well, the price point of that console, the price point of the software for that console, and what are the key games that those people have grown to love. And for me, one of Forza 3 is a very important game there. Obviously, a lot of those fans bought the PlayStation 2 because of Gran Turismo. On the 360, we've shown that that's a genre we're going to spend a lot of time, a lot of expertise, and build what I think is the definitive racing sim for this generation. And we're the lowest priced console, right, next-gen console on the market. We continue to bring price points across the spectrum with Live Arcade. We have price points all the way down $8, $10 you can buy a game. You think something like Shadow Complex looks like a full game to a lot of people. So we understand that the economics for entertainment are important, as well as making sure we have a broad set of content that will appeal to those customers.
Japan used to be a hugely important market for the gaming industry. You guys have tried really hard to break in there and be successful. You've done actually a lot better with the 360. You've been smart with, acquiring exclusive RPGs and things like that. At the same time, is there a certain point where you're like, Japan doesn't really matter or isn't as relevant as it used to be anymore?
Well, so as the head of the studios, maybe I look at Japan a little differently. Japan is a great source of talent. I mean, think about the content creators there that have built some of the hallmark games in our industry. So I spend a lot of time in Japan. We have part of Microsoft Game Studios is based in Japan because I want those games on our platform. And at the same time, we want to have success in that region as a platform company. But I do look at Japan in a couple of ways, and it's been amazing, even the last couple of days, the third-party publishers in Japan and their reaction to Natal, their reaction to the briefing. I think they see that we remain committed to this platform on a global basis with a live service and new hardware and software technology that will continue to make us the leading platform. And the support we've received, you saw, again, Konami on stage, Square Enix on stage. I have not given up on Japan, and I believe we will have success there before it's all over.
How hard did you guys work to get Metal Gear on the 360?
I had little to do with it as first party, obviously. A ton of respect for Kojima-san and the work that they do there. I know that relationship has been years in the making. But we do have a console that will sell that game very well. And I think Kojima-san sees that. He understands that they're a great addition to our lineup, but also it's a natural fit, I think, with where that studio seems to be evolving. I don't know the studio very well, given their relationship, but having played their games, I think they'll be a great fit for our platform.